All right, today we're going to talk about LCM.
All right, LCM stands for least common multiple. So the first step is going to be to figure out what a multiple is.
All right, so a multiple is the product of any two numbers.
All right, well, let's find the multiples of 2. That's an easy one.
All right, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4.
6, 8, 10, and so on.
Great. So let's compare it to another number. Let's find the multiples of 6. All right, so 6 and 12.
18, 24, 30.
Okay, so do we have any numbers right now that they have in common?
6 is the only one I see that's the same.
And keep in mind that if we wanted to, we could continue on and find more multiples of each. So the next multiple of 2 would be 12, and then they would have another set in common. But we're looking for the least common, or the smallest number they have in common, which in this case
6.
is 6. So the least common multiple is 6. All right, let's look at a couple of harder examples.
How about 5 and 7?
All right, so the multiples of 5, and we usually start with the smaller number. 5, 10, 15, 20.
25. I like to go at least 5 to make sure that I have all my bases covered.
Okay, so let's look at 7. We go 7,
14, 21,
28,
28.
and then 35. Okay, so do we have any numbers in common?
We don't. So let's go back up to 5 and see if we can catch up with our bottom numbers.
So the next one would be 30, and then 35, and then 40. Okay, do we have anything in common now?
Yes, both of them have 35, and that's my smallest one and my only one so far. So that's going to be my least common multiple.
Okay, so the least common multiple of 5 and 7 is 35. So how do we use least common multiple?
I use least common multiple when I find a common denominator to add and subtract fractions.
Ooh, fractions. Okay, let's take a look at fractions. So we mentioned finding a common denominator, and I just want to point out that the least common denominator, or lowest common denominator, is actually the same thing as least common multiple.
Okay, so I'm going to use the denominator numbers to do my least common multiple. That would be 8 and 10.
Okay, the multiples of 8 are 8 and 16.
24, 32, 40, 48.
Okay, and the multiples of 10 are 10, 20, 30, and 40, which gives us a common multiple
of 40.
40. So our least common multiple, in this case, is 40. Now, in order to use this, we're trying to find, we have to change the denominator to be the same. So what do we have to multiply 8 by to get 40?
Okay, well, 8 to 40, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times to get 40.
Okay, so 8 times 5 is 40.
So I need to multiply both the top and the bottom by 5, which gives me 15 over 40.
Okay, and then for your other fraction, 3/10, to change the denominator of 40, we multiply that.
1, 2, 3 times 4.
So 10 times 4 gives me 40. So multiply top and bottom by 4, and you wind up with 12 over 40. Now you can add your fractions together. 15 plus 12 gives you 27, and the denominator stays the same. Okay, so least common denominator helps to add or subtract fractions by finding a common denominator. So let's look at a real-world situation for using LCM.
All right, John is having a barbecue and serving hot dogs. Hot dogs come 8 in a pack, and buns come 6 in a pack. How many packs of each should he buy so that he has the same amount of hot dogs and buns?
Okay, so what are some important facts that we need to look at in this problem?
I like to know that there's 8 hot dogs in a pack, and that there are 6 buns in a pack.
Okay, and what would the question be?
Question's going to be how many packs of each that's what we're looking for. How many packs of each does he need to buy?
Okay, and what units are we going to be talking about?
Okay, we're not talking about hot dogs or buns because we're looking at 2 different things, so I think it's going to be packs.
Okay, and that's right. So how many packs of each? And so there's our question and our units. Okay, so how do we use least common multiple to solve this problem?
Well, I'm looking for the least common multiple of 8 and 6. So I'm going to start with the low number, and we'll see if we can find the LCM. 6, we have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30.
Okay, and 8, we have 8 and 16 and 24 and 32. Okay, and I think we have a common multiple.
24 is my common multiple here.
So the least common multiple of 6 and 8 is 24.
Okay, so 24 is no? Does that answer my question?
Well, I don't think so. So the question was, how many packs of each should we buy? So that doesn't mean that we should buy 24 packs, but that's how many hot dogs and buns we need. So how do we use that to find out how many packs we need?
Okay, well, we're looking for a total of 24 hot dogs and 24 buns. So in order to get from 6 hot dogs to 24, I need to multiply 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So I need 4 packs of buns. And then hot dogs come in a pack of 8. So I need 1, 2, 3 packs of hot dogs. Does that answer my question?
I believe it does. So the question was, how many packs of each should he buy? And he should buy 4 packs of buns and 3 packs of hot dogs.
Looks good.
All right, thanks, guys.